Hey guys, okay, happy Monday and happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Canadians. I hope that you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families and didn't overdo it too much with your turkey dinners. How do you not overdo it with turkey dinner? I mean, I know. I that was, yeah. I wasn't like seriously asking. Anyways, okay, so I am here for Monday motivation. So I thought for a really long time, I was like, I don't know what to talk about for Monday motivation today. I'm like trying to figure something out. And then I'm like, okay, this is like my channel and my whatever. So I should talk about what is going on with me and what would help me right now. You know what I mean? I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Just because I don't know who all watches my videos and I don't know what each individual person needs for motivation on this particular day. But I do know that there is pretty good chance that there's probably at least one person out there watching my video right now that has been struggling with what I've been struggling with over the last few months. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I am going to talk about getting back on track when you've been off track for so long. Whether you've been off track for like a day, half a day, a week, a month, a year, 2 years, like it's kind of all the same principles to get back on track. And this is what I've instilled in myself today for starting this week. Last week, I was just like, okay, I just have to start doing weigh-in videos because that's what I did before and it worked. But then I kind of forgot about it and, I didn't actually change anything. So I'm like, okay, this just recording weigh-in videos isn't going to get me to my goals, right? So, so I've said this before when I've talked about getting back on track once you've been off track. And one of the biggest things is really just to take it back to basics, like no matter whatever it is that has worked for you or does work best for you, whether it's calorie counting on MyFitnessPal, whether it's Weight Watchers, whether it's just intuitive eating or just clean eating, like just not eating processed foods and stuff, whatever it is that works for you, you just have to go back to that. Because what I realized is that when you first start on a weight loss journey, and this is exactly what happened to me, and it keeps happening. I think it's going to be an ongoing thing that I'm going to always have to keep bringing myself back and reassessing and starting fresh again. But basically, what happened to me is you start out on this health and fitness journey. You start out with you want to lose weight. So you join Weight Watchers or you do all this research on clean eating and you start clean eating or you start calorie counting or whatever you're doing. And you're all gung ho about it. You're excited. It's something new. And you are also just starting. So you're just learning. So you're being really adamant on making sure to really track absolutely everything that you put in your mouth, weigh, measure it, and those sorts of things, right? But then it's like as time goes on, because especially if you have like a ton of weight to lose, you're going to be doing this for a really long time. And honestly, it's like for me, I'm going to be doing it for the rest of my life. I don't know. I hope that I get to a point where um I I am just, I don't really need to calorie count anymore and stuff like that, but I'm obviously not there yet so what's kind of happened for me is, and I think that this happens to other people, is that I kind of feel to myself like, yeah, you know what? I lost all this weight. I got this. Like, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to use a measuring cup and measuring spoons anymore. I don't need to weigh anything anymore because I got this. Like, I've done this enough. I've made this recipe enough and I've, weighed out 4 ounces of chicken enough that I just know what it looks like. I can just eyeball it. And, and I don't need to like count everything and stuff like that. So then you get into where, like I say, not measuring stuff like I used to, and I'm not there. Like I've fallen back into the routine of just going to the pantry and maybe grabbing a handful of almonds, not counting how many almonds I have, and just eating them. Or, maybe taking a bite of this or a bite of that. Or if there's crackers in the pantry, which is something that we don't usually keep in the house because they are one of my my weaknesses. But I'll grab like a handful without counting them, and stuff like that. And it all adds up by the end of the day. Like you think, oh, I just had a little bite of this, or I just had a small handful of that, and you don't think it counts for anything, but it does. And that's one thing that, like, when I say get back to basics, I mean start acting like it's a brand new thing again. Act like you need to weigh and measure everything, because you don't know. Like, you can't eyeball it. You're not, and you need to, at the beginning, it's like you don't just ever slip a little bite of this here and a bite there and not count it, because you know that it adds up. So just get back to basics and just, start doing those things again. So that's what I've started doing again today. And another thing that I've fallen victim to is the whole, I've been binge eating like a lot lately. So I'm really, that is what at the forefront of my focus right now, is to just stop binge eating again, because it just kind of creeped back in slowly, like it's like I had it under control for so long, and then it just kind of crept back in. It's like you let your guard down or something, and I just felt like, I got this, like I'm like good, and then I just kind of let my guard down, and I start kind of slipping here and there a little bit more and more. And yeah, I started like binge eating, like almost every single night I binge eat. And again, and it's like I had broken that habit once, I can break it again. I'm not worried about it, but that has come to the forefront of my, I'm like, I need to stop binge eating. So you really also, that's the other thing. And it like depends like how long you've been off track, I guess, right? Because if you've only been off track for like a day, it's hard to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I started doing this again. But there's probably something. So if there's something that is one of your old bad habits and you notice that you've started doing again, or maybe it's a new bad habit that you've just developed, recognize it. Don't deny it. Don't be in denial of it. Recognize it, acknowledge it, and put a stop to it right then. Say, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. So those are the big things. So anyways, so I would binge at night, and then the next morning I get up and I feel guilty. I feel terrible about binging. So then I tell myself, okay, I have to make up for that binge last night. So I'm gonna have like a shake for breakfast and a shake for lunch, and I'll just eat dinner, and I'm not gonna eat anything. But then by the time that like late afternoon, dinner time, after dinner comes, binge central, right? Because I've starved myself all day. So what I started doing today is, it doesn't matter what happened last night or the night before or whatever. I don't care how quickly I want to lose, this water weight or whatever, this weight that I've put on. I am having my breakfast, and then I'm having my morning snack, and then I'm having my lunch, and then I'm having my morning snack, and I'm having my dinner. So just making sure that I eat every couple hours, and I got the food that I need so that I can have my healthy snacks, and I can, have my healthy lunch and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's really just get back to basics, and that's what I'm doing. And I look forward to coming here on Friday for my weigh-in video and telling you guys that I took my own advice for once, and I did this, So yeah, today's been a great day though. Like it's like 6 o'clock at night right now, and today has been awesome. I'm so proud of myself. My husband even went and bought a big bag of chips today, and that was like my biggest weakness. And I didn't even want them. Like, he sat down, he was eating them, and I was like, I don't even want them. I'm just gonna drink more water, So I really, that's the first time. This is literally the first time in months that I have done that. Before, like, for the last few months, it's like, if he brings chips in the house or whatever, like, I'm all over them, and I don't count them, I don't track them, I don't know how much I'm eating, but I'm like done. Like, I'm just like, I feel like I've just had enough, and I just need to get my health and my fitness back, and all those things. So that's one thing, I guess. At least I still work out regularly, but anyways, yeah. So there's my Monday motivation video. And yeah, if you've been off track for any amount of time, it doesn't even matter. Maybe you've been off track for like 2 years or something. Like, just let that go. Let the last 2 years go, or however long you've been off track, and just move forward. Start with basics and just keep going. That's all you can do. All right. So yeah, I hope you all have a great week this week, and I'll see you on Friday. And also, starting tomorrow, I'm going to record my food throughout the week to put together my video on Fridays. I'm going to start doing that again. So I just have to find my camera and my camera charger. So yeah, anyways, we'll see. But yeah, see you guys.